Welcome to the weekend edition of National Focus. I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Coming up, an agreement for the Tranquility Beach Resort Dominica has been signed. The Dominica Social Security gives to 10 organizations, and the Honorable Minister for Agriculture says his ministry is getting back on its feet. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Introducing the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app, available for download from the Google Play Store, One Mobile Market, and the Government of Dominica's website. Access to all ministries and sub-departments' phone, email and office addresses and websites. Simply select a ministry and the sub-department. You can dial directly from the app or save the numbers to your phone contacts. It's convenience at your fingertips.
Is my passport ready for pickup? Good. It really works.
Download the Government of Dominica Internal Directory mobile app today.
Thanks for staying with us. The agreement for the proposed luxury Hilton development in Salisbury has been signed. On Friday morning, project developer Dominican Ian Edwards signed with the government to become the second approved citizenship by investment project to get off the ground. Tranquility Beach Resort Dominica will be built for the Hilton's Curio Collection, a group of unique hotels around the world replete with their history and character.
The Tranquility Beach Resort, being the second such project signed under the CBI, is an initiative of a native Dominican who has chosen to make a direct investment in Dominica's tourism industry under the brand of the world-class Hilton Curio Collection, the first of its kind in the region. What does this say for Dominica? It speaks to the level of confidence that people all over the world have in our economy and our tourism product. It speaks of the risk that investors are willing to take based also on our political stability and the visionary leadership of our government. And it speaks of my government's interest in growing the economy and helping to create a means for the continued development and well-being of our people.
Ground was broken for the first CBI project, the Cabritz Resort Kempinski, in October. The 73-room, 5-star Tranquility Beach Resort will be erected on 6.8 acres on the Salisbury coast. Guests will enjoy a spa, gym, restaurant, and conference room amenities, among others. Ian Edwards is the project developer as well as proprietor.
This journey for me started about 16 years ago, when I came for my first Creole Music Festival. I have never missed, I might add. And from then, my dream was to someday make a patriotic investment to my country. The beginning of that dream was realized about 1.5 years ago when I bought the perfect piece of property on the coast of Salisbury. I embarked upon intensive research, planning, and designed to progress my vision before meeting with the government. The government welcomed my project, whilst keeping at the forefront the protection of the integrity of the CBI program, and by extension of Dominica. And for that, I commend them. We are very excited about this project. And hand in hand, we intend to deliver a high-quality product that we all as Dominicans can be proud of.
The Honorable Prime Minister recently returned from a promotional tour of the Citizenship by Investment program in Dubai. There he addressed potential investors and promoted the Cabritz Resort Kempinski, Dominica.
I consider these engagements to be very successful, not only because they were well attended, but more so because the Dominica CBI program was well received by all participants. This is only the case because this government continues to maintain a well-run program, one which is built on strong due diligence and one which is transparent. It is our aim that this will continue to be the case.
Honorable Skerrit therefore wants the people of nearby communities to prepare for the upcoming developments in Salisbury.
You may be a farmer who would wish to enter into contract to supply fresh produce. You may be a manager trained in management of hotels. You may be a landscaper who can be engaged on a full-time basis. The construction of this facility is not an end in itself. It is an opportunity that is created, and it is for each of us to carve out the opportunity that would be to our benefit.
Ian Edwards, the first Dominican to have his project approved by the CBI, also wants the support of the Dominican people.
A son of the soil, a product of the Newtown Savannah, a Baffin State River Street Kawat, a kid who unfortunately did not complete high school. I'm humbly soliciting your support, your prayers, your blessings.
For more information, visit the website tranquilitybeachdominica.com. Staff and residents of the Dominica Infirmary, Director of the Grotto Home for the Homeless, and Director of the Love One Teach One organizations were among some of the recipients of the Ministry of Agriculture's annual food basket donations to charitable institutions. Harold Geist is the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture.
This morning, we are very happy to be here to shed Christmas cheer with the less fortunate persons among us in our society, and then who deserve to have a good Christmas like everyone else.
The Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Johnson Drago, remarked that this year the procedure for donating the baskets will be a bit different.
Annually, the Ministry of Agriculture goes around and presents its gift basket to needy institutions in Dominica. This year, due to time constraint, we are having one symbolic recognition ceremony, and the staff of the ministry will be going across the town and the municipalities to distribute the gift baskets.
The minister says, however, that the ministry is very pleased to be making the donations.
We are happy that we are able to do this morning when one take into consideration the effects of Tropical Storm Erica on the agricultural sector. One wondered whether we would have been able to do that. But I must say, with the resilience of the farmers and the hard work of the staff of the ministry, we are bouncing back in agriculture.
The minister revealed that the meat received by the organizations was made possible through the operations of the National Abattoir.
We were able to test our National Abattoir, and we were able to give every needy institution in Dominica a consignment of chicken and pork. We are happy that every home where persons are still being housed received pork and chicken from the abattoir, and this in itself is a blessing for the ministry.
The Honorable Minister commended the organizations who regularly support the local and wished all season's greetings.
So I want to say to the institutions who are here, thank you for being a support to the industry. I know you buy it from the farmers. We are happy to present that to you. We will ensure in 2015 that you get all your supplies of agriculture. 2016, you get all the supplies of agriculture that you need throughout the year, because we will be giving the farmers the support that they need. I want to say to the farmers of Dominica, have a very, very Merry Christmas and prepare themselves to continue working harder in 2016.
Meantime, the Honorable Agriculture Minister says the pilot program under the Banana Accompanying Measures program is well on its way. The minister made a specific reference to the donation of banana plantlets from France.
We are seeing banana on the return. I saw a bunch of banana on the vehicle with 9 hands. So we are well into our pilot program for the banana subsector, and farmers, the first phase of 23,000 plantlets are doing exceptional. We have started to distribute the second batch of plants we receive from the BAM organization. We have also been able to give out approximately 20,000 fresh pineapple plants to farmers.
The minister was addressing the annual handing over of agricultural items to charitable organizations today, December 18th. Honorable Drago says a special recognition goes to the Food and Agriculture Organization, the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, and the French Agricultural Research for Development, CIRAD.
We have also given to farmers immediately after Erica all fertilizers we had in stock for the horticultural program. Additionally, we've gotten the 9,000 bags of fertilizers from Morocco, which we are giving to farmers. We have given to farmers.
In response to claims that the Ministry of Agriculture was withholding fertilizers from farmers, Honorable Drago had this to say.
I saw an article in the papers, the Sun newspaper, politics in fertilizer. Of course, the papers can print what they want. But the Ministry of Agriculture is on a mission to help its farmers get back on their feet. Every bag of fertilizer the ministry receives belongs to farmers and will go to farmers. With specific response to the banana accompanying measures 20,000 bags of fertilizers. Only 2,800 bags of that fertilizer has arrived so far. The ministry took a decision that this 2,800 bags of fertilizer will go to the northeast zone, which we have distributed to them. The ministry prepared a list of every farmer deserving of receiving fertilizer. The entire list was approved. The list is with the ministry, and the ministry will continue to distribute that fertilizer. We're expecting an additional shipment of 5,000 bags, which we expect to be here by the end of the month, early January. The ministry will decide where that fertilizer is distributed. I want the nation to know that of the 20,000 bags of fertilizer from banana company measures, only 2,800 has arrived and has been distributed. The fertilizer will continue to come in shipment, and it will be given to the farmers. So the farmers who have not received fertilizer out of the BAM will get their share of the fertilizer which is coming in on the island. However, it is being distributed in such a way to ensure that every farmer is touched on the island.
Honorable Drago revealed that the ministry will be unveiling a new programs in January and looks forward to working with farmers as the agriculture industry in Dominica picks up its pace.
We are very excited right now in the Ministry of Agriculture, where we are at and where we are heading. I want to thank the farmers for their hard effort and their work. Farmers are planting. The biggest problem in Dominica right now is the problem with accessing planting materials. Nobody can get dashing plants. Nobody can get planting plants right now. Nobody can get banana plants right now because everybody is planting because they have captured the vision and they are seeing that this ministry is on its move and everybody wants to be part of it. And we are very excited about that, and we will give the farmers the support that they need.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
It is time to break the silence. Child abuse is one secret you should not keep. For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Welcome back. Commonwealth Secretary-General-elect Baroness Patricia Scotland believes the threat of terrorism should be first addressed by paying attention to the youth. She says one of her first jobs will be to look at radicalism and the young people. She was speaking at a press conference last Friday at the Douglas Charles Airport.
I think it is right that we look at the way in which our young are being radicalized by people who have a nihilist vision of the world. And I think we do have to ask questions as to why our young people are attracted to this. Most young people want to have a great life. Most young people want to fulfill what's best in them. And I've had the privilege of meeting young people right the way across the Commonwealth, and I've been stunned about how magnificent these young people are. They have vision and passion and beauty and talent. And I think we have to find ways, and that's why I was talking about the fact that 60% of the Commonwealth, and you know, our 53 countries, have 33% of the world's population. So we're a third of the world's population. We have all races, all religions, all regions. So there's a real opportunity for us to look to see how we can bind those different races, different religions together.
In that regard, the Baroness says the Caribbean can be used as a model.
If you look at the faces of our Caribbean islands, we are like a mini United Nations right in our islands, and we have known how to live peacefully with each other. And many of us are a mixture ourselves. If you look at most Caribbean people, we're an amalgam of different islands, different places. And so I think this is a big issue for us, and it really comes under my cover of good governance.
And finally, this news time, 10 institutions were recipients of contributions amounting to $23,500 from the Dominica Social Security on a Thursday. For over 2 decades, the Dominica Social Security has been making annual donations to assist especially non-profit organizations in their endeavors. The focus remains on giving to organizations who take care of persons who were once contributors to the Dominica Social Security and those who would help mold future contributors of the scheme. Checks were handed over to the center where adolescents learn to love and share, calls, Chances, Dominica Association of Persons with Disabilities, Dominica Infirmary, Education Trust Fund, Growth Home for the Homeless, House of Hope, Maho Senior Citizens Home, Northern District Home for the Aged, and the St. Jerome's Ministry. Anthony Joseph is chairman of the DSS Board of Directors.
To a large extent, it could even be said that the DSS has adopted these institutions who continue to benefit from its donation on an annual basis. Even so, I'm to advise that the donations being presented here today are but a small part of the total amount which have been allocated by the board for this purpose. Whereas this amount are specifically earmarked and are being given to organizations directly, additional amounts have been provided in general distribution on a case-by-case basis for assisting persons who may require critical care overseas.
All the recipients took time to express a deep gratitude, assuring the donor that the contribution will go a long way in assisting them to achieve their goals.
We know what it is to raise probably even one child at your home. And imagine sometimes we have as high as 27 children to raise. They live there, they go to school, they belong to service clubs. Every need of these children are taken care of at Chances. And so we are extremely grateful to the Dominica Social Security.
It is through donations coming from the Dominica Social Security and other institutions. It is through these donations that we are able to undertake and conduct activities on behalf of our members. So we are extremely happy and thankful, as I said, that the Dominica Social Security continues to recognize the work of DAPD.
The Board of Directors, the management and staff of Dominica Social Security, thank you, thank you, thank you. And at the same time, I'll make a plea to all those persons who are just joining the labor force in whatever capacity. Please pay your Social Security. If you are self-employed, pay up. The employers, when you take it from us, please bring it in. That's the only way that Social Security can continue to help the Grotto and other persons.
In addition to Thursday's donation, the Dominica Social Security has given $40,000 in medical assistance and a little over $60,000 in other donations. We now join Kimani Seja for this week's edition of Flashback.
Welcome to this week's edition of Flashback. In the headlines this week, Baroness Patricia Scotland paid her first official visit to Dominica as Commonwealth Secretary General-elect from December 11th to 15th. During her visit, the Baroness was taken on a tour of the resettlement sites for the residents of Dubic. She also visited Petit Savant. The Viecas Primary School was renamed the Baroness Patricia Primary School in her honor, and a grand reception was held at the State House in her honor. The Baroness left the island on Tuesday. The construction contract for the new National Hospital was signed last Friday between the Ministry of Health and the Environment and the Hunan Construction Engineering Group of China. This will be the last of the 4 pillar projects agreed to in the Memorandum of Understanding signed between the governments of Dominica and China when diplomatic relations were established 10 years ago. 4 bills were brought to the House of Assembly on Tuesday, December 15th by the Honorable Minister for Justice, Reuben Blackmore. An act to amend the Copyright Act, an act to amend the Law Revision Act, an act to amend the Interpretation and General Clauses Act, an amendment to the Integrity in Public Office Act of 2003 to reduce the Integrity in Public Office Commission from 7 members to 3 was also debated. The Honorable Minister for Energy, Ian Douglas, has assured that the geothermal project has not been abandoned but is still on course. The Energy Minister revealed that the shifting of government's priority to finding housing for those displaced by Tropical Storm Erica has only delayed the next phase of the project. At Parliament on Tuesday this week, Prime Minister Skerritt announced that night landing has resumed at the Douglas Charles Airport. Also on Wednesday this week, the Dominica Brewery and Beverages Limited gave $50,000 worth of building materials to the Ministry of Housing. This gesture is as a result of the company's desire to assist in the rebuilding process post-Tropical Storm Erica. A drier than usual season is being predicted for the 2016 dry season. The dry season commenced on December 1st and will run until May. The general public is therefore urged to continue to conserve water as we enter the dry season. These were just some of the headline stories making the news this week. For details of each of these stories and others, visit our website or Facebook page. Back to Kerdisha.
Thanks, Kimani. Coming up next, Creole Highlights with McPherson St. Luce.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, le ministre Public Works a engagé et puis plusieurs projets spécialement après Erika. Parole ça la sortie du ministre Public Works, Honorable Ian Pinard.
Nous avons un parti de faire Public Works actuellement. Nous avons Boutika, c'est ça qui a tapé pour nous. Boutika qui est ouvert avant Noël. Nous avons travaillé bien à les projets ça. C'est un projet qui est difficile et puis dangereux. Et puis, moi, ça especially en Boutika, les chemins ouverts. Mais nous n'avons pas de temps pour faire tout le monde, rien pas fait en personne. Et puis, nous, mon advice, ce projet ça qui commence, qui est fini avant Noël. Nous avons des projets qui ont fait tout partout à Dominique. Public Works Corporation qui a fait les Billy Bridge là, nous savons devant yo pas regarder bon, so nous allons faire un travail là pour faire un petit concrète en bagaille sur le monde qui passer et qui est plus safe pour monde. So nous allons faire un parti bagaille en Dominique.
Alors nouvelle gouvernement Dominique si agreement et People's Republic of China pour bâtir l'hôpital neuf en Dominique. C'est vraiment pour bâtir faciliter la prendre place la semaine passée. Si le secrétaire parlement en ministre santé, Honorable Ivor Stevenson, les facilités ça là qui finissent, Dominique check ni pour taper mais traitement en santé.
Il y a 7 ans, nous avons compte hospital left Princess Margaret Hospital. Et puis, semaine qui passe, vendredi, nous avons un argument et puis gouvernement China. Et puis, c'est contracteurs là. Et puis, pour nous presque des semaines pour nous assurer pays pour venir à un agreement pour qui ça nous casse, c'est ça nous qui taper. Et puis, là, les bien. Et puis, nous créons tout de suite dans l'année qui a venu. Nous créons commencement l'hôpital neuf là. L'hôpital ça qui a commencé. Je crois qu'il y a des affaires là qui ne sont pas assez c'est case la moun ka taper care. Et puis mon cas croit qui là il fini l'hôpital ça là. Dominique ni mais l'hôpital pour mes services pour santé yo.
Alors, nouvelle, un officier qui a fait parole qui expérience courte Erika, ça servi pour d'autres pays qui ont visité plan désastre ailleurs et puis préparer corps ailleurs aussi en tous les cas on mauvais courte affecté. Parole ça là sur le directeur organisation là Dr. Joy St. John. Dr. St. John fait parole ça là pendant qu'il était adressé en cérémonie consultation des jours où la expérience courte Erika tapé attention. Et de ça fait discussion là, c'est pas opportunité pour blâmer moun, mais pour chaîne assessment ça qui fait, ça qui allait bon et puis demander pour aller devant. Dr. St. John aussi fait parole qui a développé un programme pour monitorer des désastres comme ça. Et puis finalement, Social Security Dominica fait contribution pour 10 institutions Dominique. Organisation là, tous les l'année à l'air comme ça, qui fait contribution pour institution tout le pays là. Monsieur Augustus Etienne, c'est député directeur Sécurité sociale Dominique.
Bon matin, Social Security présenté donation pour l'année 2015 pour 10 différentes organisations qui ont occupé vieux monde, jeunes monde et bien monde qui passent à occuper quoi. Nous avons donation en valeur $23 500 bon matin là. Pour l'organisation comme Calls Out Guantans, Dominica Infirmary, House of Hope, St. Jerome's Ministry, Maro Senior Citizens Home, Education Trust Fund, Grotto Home for the Homeless, Chances, Northern District Home for the Aged, et je vais changer l'autre là. Mais nous présentons ces donations ça parce que nous avons recognisé que le travail là qu'il a fait, c'est ces gens là qui ont servi là, c'est ces gens là qui ont rendre service by, c'est ces gens qui font contribution soit en développement social security pendant qu'ils étaient jeunes, et bien développement pays. Comme ça, nous avons recognisé que nous avons une responsabilité pour faire certains qui, en vieux jour, nous avons occupé bien assez pour faire la vie confortable. Comme ça, c'est quelque chose qui nous a fait pour combien d'années à présent, nous avons dit que c'est presque une tradition quoi, qui social security tous les années mettons certaines valeurs budget administratif pour assister aux organisations comme ça, en travail là qu'a fait. Comme ça, je dis, c'est pas rien qui neuf, c'est quelque chose que nous avons tous les années. Et nous les souhaitons, toutes ces organisations, ça là, Mamio, et tout le monde Dominique. Bonne nouvelle, et nous avons encouragé tout le monde pour continuer à faire ça qui est nécessaire, pour faire certain que la social security continue, profiter, qu'elle continue, prospérer.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce, qui a souhaité tout le monde un bon week-end et un bon saison Noël. Au revoir.
Coming up next, your tip of the day. In light of the Christmas holidays, you may be feeling a little sluggish, either because of the long weekend of activities, or it could mean you have a slight magnesium deficiency. So here's what you can do to boost your energy. Try taking time for an extra hour of rest during the day, and also increase your magnesium intake by eating a balanced diet. It helps if your diet contains whole grains, particularly bran, cereal, or eat more fish. This will ensure that your vitamin and mineral needs are met as well. A handful of almonds, hazelnuts, or cashews added to your daily diet can also boost your energy. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Thanks for watching, and do join us again next time on National Focus. Have a great weekend.